Okay, this is just an instructional video how to understand the different parts of the machine. So on the side of the machine, we have our on-off switch. That's on, that's off. The power cable comes out the side, and this one goes round to the wall, which will always keep switched off, both on the machine and the wall when we're threading up. And then the other cable goes down to the foot pedal, which is placed safely under the table on the floor. We've got two other dials on the side, the hand wheel or the balance wheel. This one adjusts the stitches. We'll have a look at that one in a minute. Let's have a look at the balance or hand wheel first. We always turn it towards us. When I'm turning it, you can probably see that the needle is going up and down, and that's going to give us our stitches. You can operate the machine either by turning the hand wheel for a nice slow and controlled sewing, or when you've got it turned on, the foot pedal is going to operate that needle and make it go up and down. The other dial on the side, if you look closely at this panel here, when I turn this around, it can adjust the stitch. Now, the majority of the time, most of you will be using a number 1. That is a straight stitch, so you're looking for the red on the left-hand side there. We've got two dials at the top. This one here changes the length of the stitch. That is the amount of distance, if you have a look at this diagram, between one stitch and the next. So if you've got a very short stitch, if you make a mistake, it's very difficult to unpick. And a very long stitch, which is much easier to unpick, but can be quite loose and baggy. If you're doing, for most sewing purposes, you'll probably use somewhere around a 2 in the middle. This dial over here then alters the width of the stitch. Now, if you're doing a straight stitch, there is no width. The needle is not moving from one side to the next. However, on a zigzag stitch, there will be a width to the stitch. The needle will be moving from side to side, and then you can adjust how much you want it to move from side to side. For a straight stitch, we'll keep it on a 0, and then for a zigzag stitch, you can alter it however far you want the zigzag to come from side to side. An average would be in the middle around a 3. So we're going to have it on a 2 for length and a 0 for width, because we're going to do a straight stitch. Now, this button here is your reverse. So if I was sewing forwards and then I needed to come back, I could hold down the reverse button and it would change the direction. Okay, in the top of the machine then, if we just open up the flap, you just grab it on the side, on the right-hand side there. This is where our thread is going to go. This is our spool pin with our spool holder to hold it on. We've got our tension plate down here. That's how much tension is put on the thread. That can be adjusted with this dial. We're just going to keep it on a 3, which is in the middle. We've got our take-up lever in this area, which if I just open the side, you can see better. My take-up lever is all the way down here at the moment. When you're threading up, you will need it in its highest position, and you simply just use the hand wheel on the side to raise it to its highest position. That is going to go up and down when you sew, whilst the needle goes up and down as well. Okay, here we've got your needle, you've got your foot. You can lower the foot by operating this black lever. Try and lower it quite gently, but that is going to grip your fabric into place when you sew. If it's not down, it's not going to grip the fabric against the feed dog. So our next part are these little teeth underneath. This is called the feed dog. Oops, wrong one. So if I turn the hand wheel, can you see the feed dog is moving with the needle? That is what is going to move the fabric through as you sew. So it's a really important part of the machine. So under here is where your bobbin goes, and you just operate that by pulling the little tab to the right, and that releases the piece of plastic. Do look after this, don't lose it, don't force it in, it will break easily. Okay, and that is all the different parts of the machine.